If you followed the Depp vs. Heard case, you might know Johnny's got a lawyer named Adam Waldman. Adam's now back on X, but not because he quit, because his account got hacked. Now, there's also this podcast coming out that's getting some traction, I'll admit, and the podcast is called Who Trolled Amber. Basically, they're going to try to say that social media was the reason she lost the case. It's going to be biased on Amber's side, and of course, the first thing Adam's doing, now that he's back, is calling them out and showcasing some things they sent to him and things like that. And he's challenging them. Now, this podcast asked Adam for an interview to answer questions and things like that. Of course, he declined because when he gives them info, it's in their hands and they can do what they want, twist the words, take it out of context. So he doesn't need to communicate directly. So he says here, I have questions about Tortoise Media's questions. And Tortoise Media is the people who are supporting the podcast. Now, of course, the person from Tortoise replied and said, well, you could ask me any questions you want, Adam. But Adam declined. Adam doesn't want to talk to you. He's saying questions for the public. That's not a question to the person making the podcast who we know desperately wants to talk to him. Where again am I on the web? Where's Charlotte next to Templeton? Who's Frank? Should Russian propaganda experts put 3 verys in a row? Do they expert better than they talk? More unheard of than Tortoise's funders. Okay, because apparently they used 3 verys in a row and it was very, very, very funny. Lots of jokes could come out of that. So here is obviously an excerpt from what they wrote. Do you accept the following comment made by an expert on Russian propaganda? Once again, it's an expert, guys, because we know we gotta trust the experts. When especially Amber's side always says they've got these experts. Experts are very, 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 very smart. This really rather unheard of character seems to be, we don't know if it's at the center of the web or the side of the web, but part of a very, very, very malign, let's be frank, web of characters who played and continue to play a very active role in subverting Western democracies and furthering Russia's aims. Now, I'm not here to say what's true and what isn't about Russia. Obviously, that's a big topic I don't talk about much, but I'm going to guess it's got not much to do with Adam Waldman, and especially not much to do with Johnny or Amber or anything like that. They just want to throw out these words. They want to make a boogeyman out of things. Ooh, scary words you're supposed to be scared of. And this thing got 84,000 views and still rising and 128 comments. And then Adam says here, they are very, very, very serious. Be very, very quiet, they're hunting wabbits. Which is obviously from that old cartoon, I think Elmer Fudge or something. Hunting Bugs Bunny. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. And this person Jay-Z replies, who's actually a pretty big Amber fan. Funniest thing, that is by giving me Depp all that great advice, you have actually done more than anyone to ruin his career and reputation. Without the litigation abuse, he probably could have kept his sword secrets, but he had to listen to you. Now we all know his weenie is floppy. Okay, so there was some ED jokes about Johnny. I guess they're going to make some weenie jokes as a response to the flappy fish market. But the thing is, Johnny's 60. At the time, he was like 55. And at that point, it's not like some big embarrassment. I'm not saying whether Johnny does or doesn't or whatever, but I'm just saying at that stage in life, it's not like some huge embarrassment, like if you're in your 20s or 30s or even 40s. All right, not going down that rabbit hole, but I think most of you get the point. It's just not this big win. And well, we've got a lot of laughing here because it's very, very, very funny what I'm saying. Roadrunner for some reason. Okay, yep, here it is. Must be very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. Can't say that quite right. Unfortunately, I don't have offhand the guy from Tortoise Media. I think his name's Alexi Monstrous replied. But basically he said, I'll talk to you anytime, Adam. I'll answer those questions. You shouldn't make this tweet, this and that. You let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. More to come on this. See you next time.